LeBron James isn't the first, nor will he be the last sports dad to make himself the focus of his child's burgeoning athletic career. Super dads anxious to groom their son's skills and bask in the glory of their success. This weekend, new footage emerged of LeBron performing his super dad routine at LeBron Jr.'s AAU game. LeBron is making a spectacle of himself, a circus of his son's early playing days, and using his son's game as yet another platform to build the LeBron social media brand. It's inappropriate. It points to how much fame has inevitably changed LeBron over the past decade. Fame is a drug more potent and dangerous than cocaine. LeBron is a fame and social media junkie. He moved to Los Angeles looking for a better high. I haven't changed. LeBron has. His antics at his son's AAU games illustrate my point. In 2008, in the second round of the playoffs, Boston Celtics forward Paul Pierce wrapped up James and tussled with him underneath the basket. LeBron James' mother stood up and started yelling at Paul Pierce. LeBron told his mother, "Sit your ass down." LeBron needs to follow the advice he gave his mom a decade ago. Sit your ass down.
Jason Whitlock is an absolute idiot. So we're really that deep into the offseason, huh? So deep that what's making headlines is LeBron James supporting his son at his AAU game. This is what we're all fighting about. Okay, so if you guys haven't heard, the latest conversations going around social media has been LeBron James going to his son LeBron James Jr.'s AAU game, where he joined the layup line and did a couple of creative dunks and got really hyped after a dunk where he went on the floor and got hyped with the squad going into a dead ball. Or he might have caused a dead ball, I'm not too sure. And just like with Drake during the Eastern Conference Finals, the conversation revolved around celebrities and them going on the court and interacting with players when everyone else can't. A conversation about privilege and perks that celebrities get that others don't have simply because of their name. And as you guys just saw, Jason Whitlock took the side that LeBron James was out of line, that the reason he was doing this was to grow his brand, and that he's egotistical and just wanted a little high from the crowd. And also that he's a hypocrite because a decade ago, he told his mom to stay in the crowd when he was getting into a scuffle with Paul Pierce in the playoffs. Well, let's address a couple of things here, Jason. Number one, you are comparing a professional NBA game to an AAU game. And we all know damn well that those two scenes have two completely different standards. While AAU is still a big conglomerate organization, there is more leniency on this type of behavior compared to an NBA game filled with tens of thousands of people with TV crews and a whole production to keep in line. Also, Jason, you're comparing a situation where a mom was trying to get involved in an altercation in an NBA game from the stands to a guy who waited until a timeout to celebrate a dunk and to just give a couple of kids a high fives and a chest bump at an AAU game for a team that he finances, which means he's one of the people that runs that team. They're pretty much not comparable if you look past the crowd interference theme. Also, for God's sake, LeBron joined the layup line of an AAU game and did a couple of dunks for fun. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. It just isn't. It isn't enough to make any comments about his ego. It isn't enough to make any comments on his character or behavior. This just isn't news, and the fact that I had to be compelled to make this video in the first place is sad itself. And while I understand that, yes, I understand that we are all equal and that at its core, no one should be above anyone. I have no problem with celebrities slightly exercising their power to do something harmless like this that many people in the crowd also don't mind and, if anything, find really cool. Like, it's really not that serious. Was it technically out of line in the regards that he technically should not be doing that? Yes, it is against the rules for fans watching to interact with players and coaches in game, as if it were normal, everyone else would hop in because one person did it. But to make comments about his ego again, to the point where you're talking about how his quote-unquote addiction to fame is comparable to cocaine, and that he's changed so much to the point where he's just this fame and power-hungry person, based off an AAU game and him joining a layup line, is just not right. To say he's trying to live through his son's success when he's LeBron James, no explanation needed. I don't need to get into the numbers with his social media, is ridiculous. To twist this act of kindness, an act that means the world to these kids, to have one of the greatest athletes in human history, one of the best players in their sport, to support you like this, giving you a chest bump in game. Imagine if you were playing a basketball game and Kobe was watching in the stands, or Michael Jordan or Steph Curry, and you hit a game winner and this man just comes flying into the stands and gives you a chest bump. Wouldn't that mean the world to you? You're turning a moment like that for these kids, a moment that they'll never forget, to an act of narcissism. And for you, Jason, to twist this into that, Jason Whitlock, for this, you get the clown stamp of approval.
Okay, so I literally had to record that video when my parents got continental breakfast when we stopped over at a hotel last night, because I am on my way to North Carolina since my parents are making a big move, and they literally came in as I was doing the outro. So I guess I'm doing this. If you like the video, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is the ghettoest outro I've ever done. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.